What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today because of the lockout, I got a series of alternative hockey history things that, things that could have happened, what happened, maybe what happened, if players or GMs or whatever made different decisions, and how they would alter the course of the hockey world. Starting out, it's if Theo Fleury chose to sign with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2002. He mentioned it in his book after the Rangers told him, we really don't want you back. Came down to the Blackhawks and the Lightning. I think Toronto and Phoenix were in the mix. Those are the last two, Tampa and Chicago. And he obviously chose Chicago, bottomed out, and then began his march back to becoming the person that he is today. And be the person you are off the ice is exponentially more important than the player you are. And it's good to see him on the right track. And he's been on the right track for I think 7 years this week. But he mentioned considering signing with Tampa, and I found an article from the St. Pete Times from July 14th, 2002, where they talk about Feaster and Fleury had some mutual interest in each other. Nothing came of it, and then he chose to sign with the Blackhawks. If he had signed the same 2-year deal with the Lightning, he would have been in line to win the cup. He mentions that in his book. Obviously, he played his last games in the NHL in 2003. I think a brawl in a Columbus strip club, and ended his playing career. All the snowball effect with all that. But had he been on a better team than Chicago, and you look at Tampa, they were third in the East in 2002-2003. They won their first playoff series against the Capitals, and he would have been a big part of that. They finished 15 points behind the Devils for the second spot in the East, so I think they would have still been the third team. I don't think Theo Fleury gets you 15 more points. They would have been closer. Then they got knocked out by the Devils, in the second round, and Devils won the cup. I don't know if he would have got them past New Jersey. Obviously the trap and everything, the trap ruined hockey. But I will say it would have been pretty cool to have him and Marty St. Louis, another tiny guy the Calgary Flames rolled the dice on. Being sent up by any of the Cavaliers, you would have had a 6'4" center, and then 5'6", 5'7" guys on the wing. That would have been pretty cool. But I think had he been, the Chicago Blackhawks when he was playing for them weren't that good. They were injury riddled that year, and the talent just wasn't, amazing. I think he could have stayed on the straight and narrow with the Lightning, and then hooked on. They would have won the cup. They won the cup before. They would have won it with him, and beating the Flames in the finals and everything. But I think he would have been a big part of that. And you look at Tampa as someone that's down here, 60% of the year. There's some temptations in that city that someone like Theo is battling a number of addictions. Could easily caved into, and would the same thing that happened in Chicago come to light? Tampa maybe. And then you look at it, if he didn't bottom out with the Blackhawks, would he have become the person today? Which, like I said, is so many times more important than you can ever be as a hockey player. And he's probably my biggest title that's ever played in the NHL for that, for what he did off the ice. But it's something cool to think about. It's not you can't go back and change history, but I like doing things like that because I got to talk about something with the lockout, right? That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on if Theo Fleury signed with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2002. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the lockout and beyond. Later, guys.